Hey Gemini, we're going to do your love reading. Wait until you see what we got so far already. This pre-shuffle was crazy. I don't think I've ever had, well, I haven't ever had this, but let me just show you what happened. First of all, hi there. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are praying and setting your intentions and praying for each other. So we got 8 of Cups. All right. Sorry, that was my phone. 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and then 10 of Cups. That's kind of crazy, right in a row, just those 3. And I was like, I went again, and I'll show you what came out. Then we got the Knight of Swords. And this deck, this is the Transparent Tarot. It's really different. So I'll tell you what the cards traditionally mean in tarot, but then I'm going to tell you what I felt from them. So we have Knight of Swords. See that sword? It's down. Do you see that? It's not up. It's down. It's I'll give you my take on that. And then we have the Fool card. So the Fool card is about new beginnings, ascension, coming out of your shell, starting over, being beautiful. It's like, what does a butterfly do? It comes out of its cocoon, and it's fresh and new is what I'm getting from this. And then we have the Star card, Aquarius energy. Look at that. Unbelievable. So, well, maybe not so much yet. Let me tell you why I think so. So in this deck, typically the 8 of Cups is leaving, walking away from a lot of love, right? You see that? The cups are upside down. Typically 8 of Cups is leaving a painful situation, leaving a situation where there is a lot of love and there's history. It's not easy to leave. But in this deck, look at this. He's elevating, reaching for a new cup of love. And he's kind of stomping on these spilled cups or these upside down cups. Now, it could be somebody new, but I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking this is somebody that you're already, most of my readings are focused on that because that's the demographic I'm pulled to help, because that's why I got into tarot. I think this is about somebody that you're thinking about, somebody that you're maybe distraught over or just missing or confused about, okay? Again, if you haven't checked out the extended, you might, and you're really feeling stuck or in a twin flame, you might want to check those out. Those are really detailed for that. But look, so then they go, it's climbing up this, right? Using those spilled cups to elevate, to climb up. Very unique in this deck. And then the 9 of Cups, this is my self-love card. This is my card of I can be my own cake. I have all the ingredients I need to make a good cake. Cake is good without icing. I have to be, and I've figured out how to be the foundation, the eggs, the butter, the oil, the flour. And then once you're your own cake, then the person that you are with comes in and they can be your icing. But cake is good without icing. Icing is not, you can't take a whole lot of icing without cake, most people anyway. It's too much, right? So then we go straight to the 10 of Cups. So look at that. 8 to 9 to 10. 10 of Cups is, happy wife, happy life, happy, 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 love, 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 abundance. 9 and 10 of Cups are both abundance. And the 8 is typically leaving a painful situation. But in this story right here we're looking at, this is elevating. So I'm getting a really strong message here. I'm not going to tell you yet so you can get your own message. I always want you guys to you really don't need me. You really have the same gift I have inside, and it's just learning how to tap into it, right? But then we have, and I was like, ooh, I got to get more on this, right? Because I really sat with these cards and strong energy came through. Then we had the Sword down, okay? I'm not sure which of these came out first. It might have been the Fool card, the 0, the Fool card starting over. But to me, they're kind of as far as time frame, they're at the same time. The sword down creates a new beginning. So sword is mental energy. That's putting that down. When the sword is raised, it's ready for action. It's ready to continue. It's ready to maybe fight, or battle. But the sword is down, and that sword coming down in a new beginning is going to bring hope, healing, and happiness. Amazing reading. Seriously, never gotten this strong of a reading never had anything like this in a pre-shuffle. So what I'm getting here is, just to recap real quick, and then we'll lay out a spread. This is, I think, learning and elevating on. It's also kind of denouncing or stepping over the sadness, the spilled cups, the past. It's kind of this has a vibe already about letting go of something that maybe you were obsessing over, or how things weren't right, and just doing it in love, reaching for what you say, how you act, what you do, how you walk, how you talk, those things coming. Once you can get to a place of love, we stop focusing on this. And even if we have to separate ourselves from someone, we can do it and still be in a place of love. It's not an anger. I gotta say this too, because it keeps bugging me and I'm afraid I'm gonna forget. There might be some indecisiveness on your part, or that is how your person may be perceiving things because of a inability or a inconsistency in what you say and how you act towards them. I think for a lot of you, your person might be with someone else right now, or entertaining if they're not really with someone else. But I also think they want to be with you. I think they're thinking about you, and I think what you really need to know right away, like starting today, yesterday, if you can, is to stop with the inconsistency. Roles can be reversed, so don't get mad at me. It could be the other way around. But I mean, let's just recap this. We've got stepping over the spilled cups and the sadness, right? Reaching for that new cup. Look at that. 8 of Cups. And then we have self-love. Everything. Love can, when your heart chakra is full and open and you have love flowing through you, even rejection and deception, of course they're going to hurt. That's natural. Let them hurt. But you don't dwell, because you have this sense of self-love and you know your value. And that, in essence, brings this. Okay, so here we tell the story again, the same story. To me, we put that sword down. We stop. There's some sort of, what is the word? A battle. Some of you are disagreeing with me. I feel a glitch. But hold on, and I'll address that. But first I want to say there's some sort of, what is aggression or a lashing out type energy. And it may not even be you. It may be somebody from your other side, somebody in your family, somebody in your story. If it's not you, for some of you, it may be you, and you need to try and tone that down. I'm getting so much at once. I'm so sorry. One moment. Let me try and sort through this. God, we could spend an entire reading on just the pre-shuffle, right? But, and maybe I should, because I do have quite a bit more to say. Anyway, there's a need to stop being combative. There's a need to not be combative. And if it's not you, it's somebody in your energy or in your story or in your energy field. And it's time for you to not lash back out, to rise above it. Rise above it. Put that sword down. Even though it's maybe justified, put that sword down. That's just what it's saying. I think this is something that's very important for you to know right away. And then we have the 10 of Cups. So that's where your success comes in. Here's the 9 of Cups. Okay, for those of you who are saying it's not you, you're not combative. Okay, 2 things. One was that it might be somebody else and you're having a hard time not lashing back, right? Okay, I already said that. The other thing that I felt a glitch on when I said some of you are feeling combative or being combative, some of you, oh, this is such a strong reading. For some of you, it is that you are, you get real worked up inside about something, but instead of addressing it, it's like, kind of like just really boiling inside, right? But instead of addressing it, you put on a sweet face, and the energy is still there. In that case, and remember, this whole vibe is about being consistent. That right there could be causing an inconsistent vibe, because the energy is that of anger and combativeness, but it's being masked. And, sometimes, especially as feminines, we're taught not to raise a ruckus or I don't know. It feels like it's something, some kind of a combative anger maybe being suppressed. If that is the case, it's still showing up as conflicting energy, and you may need to write things down. But there's a strong message here about being sincere and not wishy-washy. Not saying you don't care, acting like you don't care if you do. Okay, so real important on that. All right, let's go ahead and lay out a quick spread. We are already at 12 minutes. Wow. We're just going to lay out a super quick spread, and if we need to, we will get an oracle. Those have been amazing, so stick around for that. And a lot of times when this reading is not confusing, but a lot of times when the reading is confusing, those oracles like just tie everything together. It's amazing. Knight of Pentacles. So this is temptation. So there's going to be temptation to react, respond, get pulled or sucked in by something toxic. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't hold them up long enough. Something toxic, shiny, appealing. King of Cups. Wow. Lovers, your energy. Gemini. We also had Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius. So this is making a decision. Often it's between two people. I think that could be your person. I think your person could be maybe just today spending the day with somebody else, or having to be with somebody else, but I still feel there's a strong love for you. Ooh, Hierophant. Truth, clarity, ethics, honesty. Ooh, remember what I said? You don't get sucked in. Try and stay consistent, stable. This is stability. It can be relying on, it could be a mentor or talking to somebody older, wiser. But with this card, I feel like this is, a reminder to stay stable and honest, because you're going to be tempted. Maybe by, I think, some sort of toxic energy. Knight of Wands. That is all about action. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can be a bit flighty, though, in, out, and not real consistent. Hanged Man. You may need to make a decision just to hold back, but when you do hear from them, here's what I'm worried about. I'm always worried about you guys. Here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that, and I'm not saying reach out if they're the ones that should be reaching out. If you have shut down some energy, then I definitely think you should reach out, because I don't think you should ever go without telling someone you care about them, right? Even if it's the last thing you do, and then you end it, and then you walk away because they don't respond, right? But if somebody has blocked you or shut you down, and you want them to reach out first, that's okay. It's just when they do reach out, be careful with that hiding the way you feel and acting like you don't care, or being too quick to snap at them. Okay, even consistent energy is what this message is screaming for you to know. Knight of Swords, don't scold. They feel, this is behind the scenes, so I do think they feel scolded or judged, something like that, that might be keeping them from reaching out. Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles can be a fear of lack, a fear of losing out, a fear of not having enough. but it also can manifest in a very, self-protective energy where you just don't come across as yourself, I think that that energy of not coming across as yourself, maybe masking some anger. Some of you are not masking it. Some of you are just being combative and need to be consistent because you're just so frustrated. But if you... I lost my place. I totally lost my place. I'm sorry. Seven of Pentacles. This is... outcome is, it looks like abundance to me. Look at her robe. But it is, often it's about your ship coming in. Waiting. It's right under this card. I think I think the main focus here is stability. Look at that, and a cycle will complete. And then we have, again, stability. Oh my goodness. Look at this. King of Pentacles, money. I also felt that in the pre-shuffle. I just felt it. I didn't have it in the cards, but I felt money is coming in. That's another place you just need to try to remain even-keeled and stable. The world is a cycle completion. So amazing, amazing reading. And the Seven of Cups is, it could be a missed opportunity. And I feel like this message is really important to hear right away and to maybe, really take heart in this. It's strong. It's a message of don't mislead or don't pretend you don't care when you don't. Don't pretend you're mad and you don't pretend you never want to see them again or lash out and say something like that if it's not true, okay? Because that could be a missed opportunity, and you've got something big and abundant here. There's a lesson, though, about, a missed opportunity. So the thing is whether you reach out, whether they do, I haven't even really gotten that real clear, but it's going to be different for each of you. But the lesson is to not pretend not to care, not to say things like, I don't ever want to see you again, or don't start the conversation with lashing out. They're afraid of being reprimanded. I do think they want to be with you over someone else, but they don't know how you feel. It's all about inconsistency and being even-keeled and not sending mixed messages. All right, by trying to, it's like you're trying so hard not to try too hard. Does that make sense? All right, very important message. I don't know how I'm going to, anyway, I love you guys. All my videos are timeless. My extendeds are also timeless. I don't have that many extendeds. Like I said, they're very, very detailed. I will link some down below. You can watch the trailer and see if you are pulled to them. There is one about hidden truths for finally revealed that's really good. Anyway, I'll link them below. What else? I love you guys. Please continue to pray for each other. I love your comments. I love when there's too many comments I can't respond. I do respond a lot, more times than not. But even if you just say hi from Brussels or wherever you're watching from, I love that too. So anyway, I love you guys, and I'm happy to be back. My daughter is doing well, and I will see you soon. Bye, Gemini.